computer. All right. So, hey, Brittany. Hey, Gabby. Brittany. We're doing Crow
Good
Time
morning.
and we're just sharing positive things that's going on in our business or
Okay.
that we're excited about, maybe your word for the year or things like that. Anybody want to share? Okay. Well, we're going to get started with training. I didn't hear it say it's recording, but it is recording.
It's
And
recording.
I want to talk about some goal setting and some vision casting. And I know you probably have already heard some things since it is the 11th of the month. Have y'all already heard some goal setting and vision casting things? Anything?
Yep. On In Touch.
Okay, but not like from training from us. Okay, so I'm going to give you real quickly characteristics of a goal, okay? And you can write these down real quick, and then I'm going to go over vision casting, 3 steps to vision casting. So I feel like my head is shiny. What's up with that? Okay, in setting goals, it's very important that your goals are written down in ink, that you write them down. You figure out what you want, and I want you to write your goal as if you are going to make it happen, as if you could not like fail, as if you couldn't fail. What would your goal in your Mary Kay business? Would it be director? Would it be Pink Cadillac? Would it be national? What would it be? And then a deadline. You need to pick a date that it's going to happen. Like if you were to plan a trip, because this is your trip, this is your journey to directorship, right? What when do you plan to get there? When do you plan to get there? Like if you got in your car and you told your family, I want to go to Disney World. We are going. Let's get in the car. It says it's going to take 20 hours, 25 hours to get there via car. So we should be here by this date. Okay. So what is your goal deadline? Then you need to share your goal often. Talk about it often, but talk about it to people who love you, who value you, who respect you, who want to see you succeed, not to people who are going to say negative things. There are certain people in your life that you know they are waiting for you to fail, right? Do you know that?
Yeah.
And there are certain people in your life that are waiting for you to fail. Hey, Renee!
Good morning. I'm so sorry. I was rushing back from my appointment this morning and other things. So I'm here. Good morning.
Congratulations on the car pickup.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our vision unit. We rock.
Yeah, so
Yes.
exciting. I was so glad to see Michelle at leadership, and I missed you. And I have a gift for you that we're going to open before we
Oh,
finish today. Okay.
oh,
I want to
okay.
open it because I want to, I'm not that I could see your face, but
I know, I'm
whenever you
sorry.
mail a gift, I don't know what's going on. I want to,
I got a lot of I got 60th I'm doing today, so I got a lot of run. Cynthia, thank you. I saw your box, but I didn't get a chance to open it yet. But yes, but thank you. I'm so proud. I don't know if y'all finished scroll time already, probably did.
we
But I'm
did, but go
so
ahead and do your thing real quick.
I'm sorry. Starting this business next month is gonna be 12 years. And I didn't earn the first car till 2017, 4 years after, which I didn't even think was possible because it wasn't my focus, right?
Yeah.
And then to pick up our fifth car, it- I can't even describe the feeling that it is, but in my video, for those who are friends on Facebook, it does not represent the products that we sell. It truly represents the lives that we change. So building a team and becoming a sales director was a decision, and it's a decision that I'm thankful that I made because it does involve lives. And when you're changing lives, and whether it be friendships or bringing them to Christ or having them have extra money or clearing up their skin or having them a place to belong, it's a beautiful reward. The car is just part of the process and a bonus, right? And then seeing we had to go about an hour away this time, so I didn't get a choice in the dealership.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah, yeah.
thankful I would have drove to Maryland if I had to. But to get there and see my unit. so many of them that I did not expect. You know, I knew Angel and Tamara because they live close. But Jennifer Rogers came from the Bronx. Latoya came from Queens. It took her 2 hours. That
Oh,
was a beautiful thing to just see. Zoe and Teresa were there before I got there. So I
yeah.
didn't expect that many people to come out because I knew it was a trip. But that showed love. And I'm so thankful. I'm celebrating them next week because we decided we're just gonna do post-holiday parties because December is just too crazy.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's a unit win. And
Yeah.
and it's a pride point. You know, I remember for years, Teresa, you know, I'm like, did you have the Cadillac? No, but my director has earned 6 pink Cadillacs. My director earned, 16 cars. My unit can say that about us now. Do you have a car? No, but my director has 5. She's earned 5. We've earned 5,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's a pride point.
Yes.
And it's just a beautiful thing. There's so many perks in this business. I'm just so thankful I said yes. I have zero regrets, not one day, even though there are days I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But 30 seconds later, I'm like, I can't live my life without Mary Kay. You know what I mean?
It's just
Because
like it's just like a relationship
it
with a,
is a
it's
relationship. It
like
is a
your
relationship.
husband, you want to hurt him one time and then you love him
Yes.
to death, it is.
Yeah, there's times you're like, what if I put the pillow over? I'm just playing, but then there's times where it's just like, but I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love the people I meet, past, present, future. People left, people came back. It doesn't matter. Their lives to be changed, and I have taken on the call of duty that the Lord has placed upon me to go and find these women or let them find me and make a difference. And that's the bottom line. So I am thankful to be back in the SUV. It's cute.
Yes.
It's a little small in the Equinox, but it's cute. And
Yes.
I'm just so it's an honor and privilege, and I don't take it for granted because it represents the women that I lead.
You know what? You said something, but we're nothing without our people.
That's right.
And before you came on, Jennifer Lisane had like a great crow. I didn't record it. It wasn't recorded. And Jennifer
Oh,
Rogers was talking and she said, yeah, we went to pick up our car. Just the way that she said it, it's like she took full
that's
ownership
right.
of that car. And I stopped her. I was like, wait, did your family get a car? Are you talking about the unit car? She said, a unit car, our
That's
car.
right. That's right.
And I was like, I'm loving that. If everyone would take ownership of the vision, oh my gosh, when everyone takes ownership of the vision this time next year, there's no telling where we all could be.
That's
And
right.
I just want to tell y'all, own it, y'all.
That's
And
right.
John Maxwell always says, he says, I love what he says, if you're a leader and no one's following, you're only taking a walk. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I ain't trying to just take a walk, okay? We're trying to go places. And I'm sorry I don't see Michelle on here. It was really good to see her in person. But before I get back to the characteristics of a goal, I'm going to open your gift. Are you coming on
Okay.
or no?
Um, I look a hot mess, but I'll come on because I ran out with nothing on today. But hey,
You,
my
you
skin
don't
is
have
still cool.
to.
Hold on.
This says,
Hi, ladies.
what does this heck? You don't look a hot mess.
Beautiful.
This says, love you to the moon and back. And I'm going to open it like I open gifts. This is not a lot. It just reminded me of you. It's a clock because it's your time. And do you see all of those beautiful lavender purple butterflies?
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I
I
was like,
love it.
I have to buy this.
I love it. And
Isn't it
at
cute?
Fall Advance, that was the logo, that was the theme for National Candy. It's your time. Yeah. Yeah.
Confirmation, girlfriend.
Yes. Oh my God. I
Nice.
love it.
These butterflies are so beautiful. They're like purple, like lavender.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Thank
Okay,
you.
now I just got to get it to you.
I love, like I said, Cynthia, I saw your box. I came in late last night. So when I open it, I'll let you know. Thank you. I mean, hey, Brittany. I don't, Regina,
Congratulations
Gabriella,
to
don't know if
your
I met Gabriella, but hi, y'all.
Yeah, congratulations to your
Thank you.
team. Y'all
Yes,
are amazing, and I'm so proud of y'all. So proud.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
I say all the time,
so
it's
yeah,
us.
so let's go back to
Okay.
the thing. Written in ink, number one, a goal, characteristics of a goal. Written in ink has a deadline because this is your journey. Remember, we talked about taking a trip. If you're going to Disney World by car with your family, you know what day you're going to get there. So, and it must be shared often with people who care and broken down. If you have a goal to be a sales director, then I like to think maybe you'll break it down by quarters, like where you want to, you know how Mary Kay has things by quarters, career conference, and then 3 months later you have seminar, and then we usually have some kind of in-person unit or area, something, but break it down into quarters or months, and then you want to get it down to your day because your success really is found in your daily routine. And if you're anything like me, if I think about a big goal, I'll get overwhelmed. But show me what I need to do today. What I need to do today to get me to where I want to go. And you must track your goal. Just like Janet was saying, it should be easy to do my 350 by the 15th because of the activity I'm having, and then it shouldn't be a problem to finish up my 700 by the end of the month. So whatever your goal is, and you haven't figured out a breakdown, track it thing, get with your director and come up with something. Your goal also, number 6, number 5 is tracked. So written in ink is 1, deadline is 2, shared often with people who care about where you're going is number 3. Number 4, broken down. Mary Kay said you can eat an elephant one bite at a time, and that's number 4. It must be tracked. So a tracked goal grows and it happens. It must be visualized. Number 6, internalized and reviewed often. Put it everywhere. Make a goal poster. I cut out little pictures of my Cadillac and I have it in different places because that's the next big one for me in my unit, right? Um, so visualize, internalize, and reviewed often. Put it places you are, put it in your car, talk about it, make a cup with it, whatever, do everything you need to do. Number 7, verbalize to yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, the first car I won, I was like, I'm winning a new car. I'm going to earn a car. I'm picking up the keys to my car at seminar. I joined in February. And I was telling everybody, and I didn't believe it at first. It freaked me out, as a matter of fact. Oh my
It
gosh,
does.
oh my gosh, I'm picking up my keys to my car at seminar. But you know what? As I was telling people, they were looking at me like she's a different Mary Kay consultant because not everybody's walking around making these bold statements. But I knew if God did it for them, He could do it for me, and I was willing to do the work. And so I would say, I'm picking up the keys to my car on stage at seminar. And I didn't believe it at first, but one day I said it and I was like, I went from I'm picking up the keys to my car at seminar. I'm picking up the keys to my car at seminar to I'm picking up the keys to my car at seminar. And so I got really excited about it, y'all. And when you say it, faith comes by hearing. Say it out loud to yourself, to others. You need to do that. That was number 7. Number 8, firm but flexible. Good habits will get you to where you need to be. Sometimes all your best efforts, all your hard work, you might miss the goal. It happens to the best of us. I mean, if you know of anybody who's achieved massive success, they have failed at reaching a goal here and there. It
Multiple
happened.
times.
What'd you say?
Multiple times.
Yeah, they have failed. That's why I say, don't change the goal, change the
The
date.
dates.
The goal doesn't change. I'm getting to Disney World. I'm getting to directorship. Okay, I didn't have that 1 or 2 last active people or whatever I needed. I'm just going to change the date and I'm going to do it this date. Stay in the game. Don't let your mind and the pressure of what other people might be thinking of you or comparing yourselves to others change you. Okay, because we all have our own race. We all have our own circumstances. We all have our own past experiences that make us who we are. So how are you going to compare yourself to her? And y'all have like absolutely nothing in common. She came from this and you came from that. You know what I mean? She
Yep.
has this going on in her life right now, and you have this going on. It's just apples and oranges. It doesn't make any sense. Uh, Comparison is the thief
Joy.
of life. It's the thief of joy, right? Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. And don't worry about what other people think of you. Let me tell you, if you looked at my wall, let me just share my wall. I have been in the $800,000 circle of excellence where I've earned trips to Paris, France, and Milan, Italy. And I have been with the top directors who are nationals now, right? And then I've done twice 500,000, 3 times 450, 3 times 350. But let me just tell you, and that 800 I did was in 1996. So I had been in the business less than 3 years when I did 800,000.
Wow.
So let me just tell y'all, I went from 800,000 to 500,000 and steadily down. I have lost Cadillacs. I have been all around. But this journey is about me and God. God is working on me to get me how he wants me to be so that I can work for him. So a lot of people get caught up. I know top directors
Your
actually.
pride, your pride will take a hit.
Oh yeah. Oh
Your
yeah.
ego will take a hit.
But you have to know what you stand for
That's
because
right.
it'll take a hit and you'll fall, or it might knock the wind out for you, but you stand up. I
That's
never
right.
stop showing up. That's what
That's
I love
right.
about Renee. I never stopped showing up. No
Right.
matter how embarrassed or how I was feeling, I showed up because I know that's what God had for me. God doesn't believe in us hanging out, hiding out. It's like I did this or I didn't do this. Because the thing is, Mary Kay is a good business. It doesn't change. We change. We're all over the map. So when we don't do what we need to do, we end up where we are. So just get excited about today and starting new and not worrying about what other people think. You're going to create where you want to be and you're going to get there. Maybe your goal is not to be a director. Maybe your goal is to be the court of sharing, court of sales, whatever it is, have one. Just have one. Okay.
Cheryl, can I just say this real quick? So
Yeah.
yesterday I get a phone call. I'm not going to mention her name because something shifted.
Yeah.
And she called me and she said, I want to have a sit down with you because I want to know what it takes, what I need to do to become a director. She said things were just in alignment. And she said, I need to know what I got to do, what are the numbers, blah, 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 blah. And whoever's out there listening, and I say this all the time, once you make a decision to do something, it's going to happen, right? It may not happen in your time frame, but things will start shifting that way. So it doesn't matter what we say until you make a decision to say, I'm going to be this for Mary Kay or that for Mary Kay or this for Mary Kay, whatever it is. Until that decision is made, then us as directors and leaders can really run with you. Then we can, because other than that, it's pulling you. We can push you. That's a whole different story. But pulling you is hard. So I just want to say all that tied into what you were saying.
It's so true. And once you decide, you commit. You commit, just like you decided if you're married on that person to do life with, then you commit. That means all others are off the table. That means during bad times, you're still going to show up. And it's amazing to me how many people want to arrive without taking the trip. Out of all the people in our units, and we have a lot together, look how many we have showing up. Showing up is most of the battle because your head may not be there, but I promise you, if you come with an open heart and an open mind and you're asking God, you're intentional about asking God to give you fire back. I prayed that prayer a long time. God, help me to get my fire back because you lose it. Just like in any relationship.
Absolutely.
Any relationship, and your business is a relationship. So if you need your fire, whatever it is you need, start asking for it and start showing up. And he's going to show it to you. Just like Renee said, if you commit, if you decide and commit, it's going to happen if you stay the course.
Mhm.
It's on you. We got to stop waiting on God. He's waiting on us, right?
Mhm.
Number 9, habits. Your habits. We got to get better habits. Habit-based pride play the infinite. Let's talk about the infinite game. Okay. I've been listening to this guy named Simon Sinek. I love him. Habit-based pride play the infinite game, but with finite increments. I want you to work your business like you're going to work your business forever, not just for a goal. You're going to do certain things just because it's what you're supposed to do to book, sell, recruit so that you can serve people, so that you can make money for yourself and your family. This is just what you do. When you start thinking like that, not like I'm working for this and that, I'm working like this all the time, every day, forever, you know, because this is what I do. I'm a business owner. That's when you start to get a whole different level. And then, of course, there are increments in that infinite game, those finite, measurable, I want to be a national. So first step, red jacket. That's what I love about this business. Everybody starts at the beginning. Ain't no
Mhm.
bottom. It's the beginning.
You
If you
can't
see
skip, you
somebody,
can't skip any level. You
you
can't skip
can't
it.
we don't hire outside people to lead our people. You have to start as a consultant, a senior consultant, a red jacket. So I don't
Exactly.
care what kind of car she drives, what level of national, how many diamonds she got, what kind of house she lives in.
Went
She
through
was
the
where
same
you were
process.
at one time, but she stayed the course.
Yep.
She was coachable, teachable, trainable. She committed. There's nothing different except for you just gotta get in the game and commit. And I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. Okay, this is January 2025, y'all. I'm telling you, January 2026, we're gonna remember this training and we're gonna be in a different place. And number 10, your goals must be celebrated. Celebrate your goals,
Celebrate.
celebrate yourself. That's what I love about Jennifer's her little talk earlier. Jennifer said, I'm proud of myself. Dang it.
That's right. You have to
Telling
learn
you
how to
because
clap for
I told
yourself.
Jennifer, hey, Renee, how long have we been doing this? This like with us together? 3 years?
2020, I think,
2020?
during the
After, oh,
pandemic.
it was after okay. So I just was looking at Jennifer then and Jennifer now. That's crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy. Y'all, this is a fertile ground for growth. We are growing. We are changing. You may not see it, just like you don't see you water a plant, it's growing. You look at it every day, you don't really see it, and then one day you see it, and you be like, "Man, look how big this child is. This plant is. Anything worth growing." Mary Kay is a fertile ground for growth in ways that only God can do, because that is a God thing that happened to Miss Jennifer Lassane. And I just can't believe
It's
the
beautiful to watch.
words. She's just a whole different being. And I'm here
Absolutely.
for it. I'm here for it.
And
Okay. Just here
can
for
I
it.
can I encourage everybody, if you don't, I'm not going to say the whole story, you can Google it, but I'm going to encourage everybody to go out. You could go to the dollar store and go get a bamboo tree.
Mm,
Go get it. If you don't know the story, that's another call, but look it up. You could go to Chinese bamboo tree. But you know how you go to the dollar store and they have those little bamboo trees and like these little things? Go
yeah.
and get one. I have one that I gave away to my unit back in 2017.
Yeah.
I can almost say those who received it probably don't have it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not here. And so I doubt if they kept the tree going, right?
Yeah.
I kept mine. They had some dead, it came at one point I thought it was dying. It gained roots and I don't know, I don't have a green thumb, but they told me it was easy, but I got it because of the story behind it.
Yeah.
I had cut off one of the dead things and I kept it. I kept saying I was going to change it, but it's in like a little vase at my desk. And they told me not to put it in the sunlight too much. So I moved it from the sunlight. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to post it. That bamboo tree, which started out like this, that was in 2017. It is now above the plexiglass in my office.
Yes.
Just started growing, really started growing within the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That's important to remember because when you know the story of the Chinese bamboo tree and you
Right.
know how long it takes to break ground, it will make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll show the video in my next meeting or something.
Yeah.
But I said that to say, and Cheryl, if I might, real quick, I know we got time. Yesterday, I was on the phone with OnStar for 2.5 hours. I've
Mhm.
never been on the phone with them that long. It was ridiculous trying to set my thing up, right?
Yeah.
Going through the whole thing. Their account goes from one thing to another. It was just ridiculous. And I was angry because I didn't eat lunch all day and I was tired. But once I might get my mind fixed on something, I have to see it through.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the phone with OnStar 2.5 hours in my car. And had I have quit, because I almost gave up,
Right.
and said, I'll do this tomorrow. And this lady said something to me, and I'm going to tell you what it was. So finally, somehow they still had the 2017 car on this. I don't know why, right? Because I've earned a few other cars after that we've earned. So I don't know why that account was still there. And she said, no one said this to you. And I said, no. And I got disconnected twice. And some of y'all know what it's like to be hanging on the phone and then they disconnect you. Then you get somebody else and you got to start all over again, right? It's
Mhm.
frustrating.
Mhm.
So one of the guys said with the OnStar app and the My Chevrolet app for me to download it, and he's telling me all the things that it can do. And he said, you can even automatically start your car. I said, no, because I didn't opt for that. I just got the basic car. I didn't opt for that. He said, no, on the app, you can automatically start your car. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not listening to that right now. I just need to get this connected. Last person that she was from Nebraska, and she said, did they ask you about your account? And I said, no. She said, do you have a 2017 Chevy Cruze? I said, that was years ago. I said, Mary Kay has gotten me 3 or 4 cars after that one. She said, well, somehow that was connected. Hold on, blah, blah, blah. She disconnects it, blah, 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 and it works, right? After 2.5 hours. I said, I am tired, but since you're here, let me just ask you. I was told that this Chevy, I can start it from the app, right? I can start the car from an app, even though I do not have the automatic start in the car. So she's looking, she goes, oh yeah, all the cars from 2017 on, you can do that. I never knew that. All those cars I had, I never knew. All this time in the wintertime, I'm getting up, I'm going
I didn't know
outside.
that either.
Yeah, I'm going outside to warm up my car. I didn't
Renee,
know.
this is my fourth Chevy. Nobody told me that.
Exactly. No one told me that, right?
I'm gonna tell my
So
Wow.
dealer.
I
He's
said,
in
well,
trouble.
do you mind just staying on the phone with me while I test it
Oh,
out? So I download the app, log in, pick a password, blah, 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 put the VIN number and all that stuff in. She goes, okay. I said, now when I open the car door, you gonna disconnect? She's like, no. I go outside, did it. Wouldn't you know it started? I can
Girl,
lock the doors. I said, all this time out here shoveling snow or going out in the wintertime, coming back in and getting dressed.
that's crazy.
Right. So she said, here's the point of my story. She said, most people never hang in there long enough to see the end result.
Wow.
She doesn't even know anything about what we do. She
Mhm.
said, most people give up before they find out how the whole process works. I said, girl, you just preached the whole word.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. And I'm so glad you shared because now I
Yeah.
know.
Download that
Didn't
shit
know either.
and it has it.
Wow.
Everybody's gonna have an automatic girl, get out of here. If that works, girl, you
I'm
might get
telling you.
another gift. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead.
All right. Okay, y'all, let me go through this. Now, I want to talk to you guys about three-step method to vision casting. Three,
Show
I
you.
am. Hey, is that no, that's not. Never mind. I I was gonna say, is that an iPhone? Then I was gonna ask,
No, it's
is
an
that
Android.
app?
Leave
And
me
then she's
alone.
gonna start cutting up. So we're not gonna do that. Okay. Three-step best method to vision casting. Number one, this is where I am. People get on me, and I've learned to sit with people in the mess because I am a extremely positive person to a fault sometimes, right? That's just how I'm made. So here, but as you become a leader, you grow, you change, you have to get to know people and kind of sit with them and be with them where they are. But let me say, so here is where we currently are. And let me tell you, our circumstances can be hard.
Hmm.
and they can be seasonal. Like you might not have hard right now, but you had it last year. Because I've had hard. And you may be having hard right now in a relationship, financially, health-wise, at your job, you know. So look at where you are. Number one is here, vision casting. Here, sit around, sit in your life and look at what's going on in your life. Come to terms with it, the hard. And that's the here. Number two is the there. What could it be? Where do I want to be? What is the vision that I have for myself and my family and my team and you know what I mean? Where do I want to be? And then number three, it's a three-step method to vision casting, is how. How do we get from here to there? And you need to think about, this is what I'm willing to do. This is what I'm willing to give up. Because when you fight for the life that you want, it's going to cost you something.
Mhm.
It's going to cost you something. You cannot binge watch Netflix every day.
Hello.
You cannot hang out with some of those people doing some of the things you did. As you become successful, Mary Kay told me from her lips herself at a conference, as you become successful, you're going to outgrow people. You're going to outgrow places and situations. People are going to say, wow, you've changed. And
Thank
you
you.
inside of yourself, you're going to be like, thank God.
Thank you.
Because when you change, Renee's having fun. When you change and you let your light shine, it makes their darkness more apparent. When you get on fire for something, they see the light that they don't have. So let me just tell you, it is so important that you decide, since I'm trying to figure out what I want to share. I want you to make your business personal. This is personal, okay? Start with your why and stop making, when somebody says, what do you do? Don't say, Mary Kay, I do Mary Kay. Start talking about what you believe. Because, like, let's just say you're on an airplane or you're at a restaurant or something, you're somewhere and somebody says, what do you do? And you say, Mary Kay. That's kind of the end of the subject if they're not interested in anything about that. You know what I mean? But if you say, I meet people where they are and help them to get where they're supposed to be by making decisions based on their vision and not their circumstances, that opens the door. People are like, what does that mean? What do you do? You know, what's happening? And then you can carry it through to something like, through my business, my Mary Kay business, this is what I do. And then you have a whole different conversation. So that's mine. Come up with what you want to see. I meet people where they are and help them to get where they want to be, to make decisions and choices based on their vision and not their circumstances. So what can your thing for 2025 be? I want you to come up with something like that.
I say I change lives.
I change lives. I mean, come
'Cause
up
then
with
it's like,
something
oh,
instead of I do Mary Kay or I sell Mary Kay, because it's so much more to what we do. And when you start living in that truth, it's going to change how you show up for your business. You're going to own it. It's going to be more personal. You're going to own it like Jennifer was owning that car, okay? So get good at being good.
Get good at being good.
Yeah, get good at being good. What
I
does
like
that mean?
that.
That means own your business. If somebody asks you something about the product or tell you a problem they have, you should be able to tell them. How long are you going to claim new? If somebody says, you know, I have a friend that's interested, or I have rosacea, or I have hyperpigmentation, or I have these issues going on, what products? Or if they ask you about a specific product, you don't have to do it all at once, but learn your stuff. Get good at being good, because that's valuing her and helping her. And so many times we want to do what feels good to us, which is not a lot. We don't want to put more into studying. I mean, really, just taking a few minutes every day just to study about the product, or even an app that you could help people with, or and you can make your customers a part of the solution. You can say, y'all, I am up in my product knowledge game, and whatever, include them. Just make it fun. And that's another thing. If you're not having fun, you're not doing this right. Okay.
Right.
Start with why. And let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Okay, real quick, because I only have a few minutes. Don't stop. Don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can, because we got a lot on our plates, but we can do something. Don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can. And stop procrastinating. This is one of my new mantras. I do what I do when I'm supposed to do it. When I start getting lazy or saying I'm okay, because it happens to all of us. Renee, me, we're not immune. We have issues.
Right.
We just have a better self-talk. It's like, I'm just going to do it. Get your butt out of the bed. I mean, I'm constantly doing that, being my own coach, basically. You have to be your own coach. It's like, what is wrong with you? Get it together. So, and then say that so you're your own coach.
It's true.
I show up. That's big. Put that one. I show up. Whenever my director's doing anything at all possible, I show up. You may show up and you ain't cracked nothing. You ain't sold nothing since it sold you. But you there. You are showing up. Show up. I show up. That's the least I can do. Right? It costs nothing to show up. This is literally just some of the things. We together are a support group. And I'm really telling my unit, y'all, for the meetings, we need each other. We need each other. Like Jennifer, we needed you today because you had so much great stuff to share, Jennifer Lassane. We needed that. There's somebody on here like, oh my gosh, Jennifer is making moves. And if she can do it, I can do it too. And then if you've had a bad week, you ain't done nothing, you need to be here to hear Jennifer, right?
Right.
So everybody has a place in the meeting. We show up as a team. We show up as a team to encourage each other. And those of you who don't show up because you didn't have a good week and you just didn't feel good, that just annoys me to no end. You think I feel like being here every single time? No.
Right.
But I show up because I know that God blesses obedience. And
And
I
a moving
can't tell
target.
you how many times I've done something I didn't feel like doing and was glad I did because of what I got out of it or what I was able to give someone. Sometimes that's even more important, y'all. Okay, so nobody gets to the top alone. Nobody does. And just when you feel like life is crapping all over you and nothing's going right, that's really when you need to show up. You really do. Because Satan would love nothing more than to separate you from all things that give you hope.
That's
He
right.
wants to kill, steal, and
And
destroy.
destroy.
And you cannot let him. Okay, so get in a good headspace. Read and listen to positive motivational books, materials every single day that I'm on the treadmill for at least 30 minutes a day. It's usually an hour or two. I am listening to YouTube. I'm listening to something positive to get my head right. Because as I get older, even though I'm a very optimistic person, I find that I get more jaded as the years go by. As you go through disease and you go through loss and you go through all this, you're not as bright as you once were. And so you have to stay on top of things. You have to surround yourself with people on the move. Why would you hang out with somebody who's not going anywhere? Why would you even talk to them? I don't have time to talk to people who are not trying. 3, don't take anything personally. People are out. Let me tell you. We see things the way we are, not the way they are. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
She said something that hurt your feelings. I mean, feelings are not facts. So ask yourself, do you honestly think she meant what you think she meant? I have to process these things. People hurt your feelings. It's like, dude, okay, she said this and I feel this kind of way about it. But okay, let's digress. Let's think about this. Do I really think she meant that? Because we shoot ourselves in the foot a lot by overthinking. Feelings are not facts. So give her some grace. And if it's really bothering you, talk to her and see exactly what she meant, right? Or he meant. I feel like that's the reason most relationships fail because they don't communicate. Because he said this, and this is how I
Absolutely.
took it.
Sometimes you know how they are. So I'm like, no, she meant
Yeah.
what she said.
Instead of having a conversation about it or process, because men are very logical, they don't get emotional,
Yeah.
and we are the exact opposite. Make people feel valued, important, seen, and heard. That's your job. Mary, that's the way to be successful. Make people feel valued, important, seen, and heard. Go the extra mile. There's no traffic there. People will remember you the way you made them feel. God will reward you. I mean, honestly, this business is about loving God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and loving your neighbor as yourself. If you work your business like that, success is coming to you. He will bless you because
Mhm.
that is what he wants us to do. Number 5, protect your peace. There are people out there wanting to, and I have to do it from like my mother, honestly. Let's just be honest. My mother, I love my mother to death. But my mom is the exact opposite of me. I say half full, she says half empty. She has a problem for every solution. I love my mom to death, but I can't take her early in the morning. Sometimes you love people, you can't get rid of them. You need to
Mhm.
uh, set boundaries. Okay, I can't talk to her before I start my day, and I need to be positive and I need to be on. You know what I mean? So figure out who's bothering your peace. It's so important. You should have peace. If you don't have peace, in my opinion, you're sinning. It's a sin because Jesus left us that. He expects us to put our problems on him and have that supernatural joy and peace that surpasses all understanding. Sometimes we don't want to hurt people's feelings to our own detriment. It's 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 bothering us, it's affecting our work, it's affecting our being, but because we don't want to hurt their feelings.
You
So
said
figure it
that.
out, protect your peace. It's so important. Um, don't fear what other people think. Like I said, we don't see things the way we are, or the way they are. We see them the way we are. And number 7 is be comfortable in your own skin.
Mhm.
That's hard for some people, but with practice, you can do it. Be
Mhm.
comfortable. You're like a fingerprint. There's not another one of you on the planet, and
Mhm.
there's a reason. There's not another one of you on the planet. So love yourself. How can you love your neighbor if you don't love yourself? And I will look in the mirror these days, and it wasn't all this. All of my curves that are all in the wrong places, and just I love me. Okay, I
That's
love
right.
me. To me, not loving yourself is saying God made a mistake. God, you didn't get this right. You are valuable. You're important,
And you
just as you
can't
are.
give away what you don't possess, so you have to love yourself first.
It's so true. It's so true. If you go, isn't it true? If you go to leadership, you go to seminar, they're all shapes, sizes, colors, handicaps, making things happen.
Yep.
And it's because they're outer focus, not inner. So many of us spend so much time thinking about us and who we are and comparing ourselves instead of serving others and making them feel special and important. And it's 10 o'clock. So I just want to say I'm glad you guys joined me today. I hope you take some time to figure out, like, what do you do? Who are you?
Yep.
Not I do Mary Kay. That's not going to get it
Mhm.
for this year. This year, Who are you? What do you do?
Like I said, I always say I change lives, and that just like, oh, really? What do you do? And
Mm-hmm.
then I say, oh, I'm a leader with Mary Kay, and I have a Mary Kay business. So the conversation is different.
Yeah.
It segues in different.
Mm-hmm.
But then they lean in. But when I say I change lives, I don't usually say I'm a Mary Kay, consultant or sales director. I change lives. Oh, really? What do you do? And then I say it in such a when we say it in such a confident way, then they start doing, really? I didn't know that. I told the guy on the phone about God first, family second, career. He said, I never knew that. We
Wow.
have to educate the people on the outside that really don't know our ground roots and what we stand for. That's up to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Brittany says it's so good to be back.
I'm
Yeah.
glad to see you,
I
Brittany.
love her so much. I'm so glad she's back. It's good to be back in the bubble. Yes, y'all. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, like I said, and one thing I love is Janet still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Janet
Yeah,
Potts.
I'm here.
One thing I love about my girls, and this is I see the evolving of our unit. I was talking to Brittany. I don't even remember how me and Brittany were talking, text. I don't know if we were anyway, she said, I was talking to Janet, and Janet said, just put 15 minutes a day into your business. Just
That's it.
15 minutes. And I was so encouraged by that we're helping each other, that
Mhm.
Janet and Brittany talked without me. This
That's
is
right.
what I'm talking about.
That's the
I,
sisterhood. That's how it
I
should be.
once heard Gloria Mayfield Banks say, you can judge how good a leader is how her people show up when she's not around.
That's right.
Mhm.
And when Brittany told me that Janet had encouraged her, I was like, y'all, that's what we're here for. That's
Mhm.
what we should be doing. You don't see your sister for a while, call her and see what's going on. What's going on, girl? Because the
Angel texted me
director,
this morning. She was
huh?
like, "Are you coming on?" Angel texted me this morning. 'Cause I texted you. I don't know if you saw it, and I said, "I'm coming. I'll be there because I had to be there
Well,
about
I told Angel, I said, is Renee coming? She's like, let me
Mm.
text her. I was like, you don't have to text her. I said, because we're going to open this gift with or without her.
Yeah, but I had texted you, so for her to call and check on me because that's my routine. I'm usually here, right?
Right.
Same like when we have our meetings, and like it could be 8:02. I'm like, I'm calling Angel because she's always the first.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that is true. We look out for one another
Look
and
out for one each other because it's hard for the director to do everything. But if you
everything.
see something, say something. I mean, even if you're just telling the director, what happened to, it's like, I don't know, let me need to, let's just check on each other. Let's just encourage each other. No
Mhm.
sister left behind is right, Renee, because I believe that's just going to make us stronger. And
Mhm.
we're just going to be able to affect more lives this way. And I love y'all so much. So, what I want y'all to do is go forth and multiply.
Multiply.
Be the baddies that you are because you are, okay?
Love it, love it. This was great
Fruit
show.
don't fall far from the tree. And
Oh,
Cheryl and Renee and even Teresa and all our leaders, our red jackets, y'all are awesome. I
yes,
appreciate you, and I have gotten so much from everyone
That's
yes.
right.
over the years.
We
Thank
love
you.
you. We love all of
Amen. Thank you.
y'all.
We love you. And that's what it's about because I know, and I know Cheryl feels the same. It's not fun just going by yourself. There's no fun in that.
Mm-mm.
When we're winning together, we're going up together, we're growing together. That's when it's fun.
Yes, that's
That's
what.
when it's fun.
And John Maxwell says that's the difference between success and significance. Success, you can
Mm,
be successful by yourself, but
yeah,
you're significant when you help others
yeah.
get there too. A rising tide lifts all boats, and
Oh,
that's what we're about. That's what we're about. Are
yep.
y'all excited about 2025?
I am.
I
Yes,
am so
I
happy I
am.
was able to make this training. My choir rehearsals for my church choir, because I'm on two choirs. So my church choir rehearsals have been moved to Saturday. Unfortunately, there was a homegoing service at the church